Hi. So, update number 2 with a fresh character because I died for the third time yesterday. If you haven't seen the latest 2 rips, I think on the last update video I only had died once, but now I have died at level 87 and recently 91. They're on the replay list. I'll give a link in the description about that again. And yeah, this league is pretty rippy. As you can see, rank 1 dead, rank 2 dead, rank 3 alive now. When I logged off, we had the first 5 were dead. And now we have like rank 4 dead, rank 3 dead, me again, they're dead. Then rank 8 as well. So over half of the top 10 right now are just dead people. So the league is pretty rippy. How's the progress going? Well, the Syndicate guys turn out to have some pretty good rewards. We got a T15 Desert Spring from a random Syndicate in, I think, like T5 map or something like that. And well, obviously, we did it. We ran it a couple times. Well, we run it. We juiced up. We put like 3 different scarabs for like maps, Harbies, and something like, I don't remember exactly, but we just juiced it up as much as we could. Ended up getting some returns. We got a palace. We got another Desert Spring, which we then Harby orbed into a lair of the Hydra, which we did. And at that point, I did not have a T13, even a T13, like in the Atlas. I think I was, no, I think I had a T13 Promenade at that point. When it comes to my fragments, I have now the T9 fragment, so I just need 1 more fragment, which would be here. But I have to wait for the Elder to remove like it out of my Atlas, or I have to kill it. We'll see which one I do. This is actually a red Elder, which I'm gonna talk about in a second. Yeah, I am rolling the same build, and we have a Mana Guardian on the works, so hopefully I spec into CI a bit earlier than was the original plan. We'll see, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. You know, basic leveling gear, all that choice. The objectives are definitely worth doing, I'd say. I'm a bit sad that it's really hard to get Sulfite to actually delve. Can I show you my delve card? No, I need to go to my hideout to talk to Nico for that. So I think so I have like level 87 and 91 character now. And I've basically just gone down. Because you have the pro get ship, because this character haven't content yet. But here, like I'll be just going down. Randomly, there's like a lot of Sulfite or something like that. And I am now at only 108. Which is a monster level 74. So it's pretty crazy how slow the progression is. I think there was even like at some point that the cost just like straight up doubled. I don't know if it's a bug or something, but it was pretty crazy. I don't remember where it was, but it just like jumped like immediately, like crazy amount. I even have a 5k cap now, and for the people who don't just upgrade their Sulfite capacity, are gonna have a really bad time in maps, because you just take 1 node, you go full, like I'm getting like, I think I got like 1.1k or something like that Sulfite from a T11 map. So you would have to, if you don't have the capacity upgrade, you're just gonna overfill, and you don't, everything goes to waste. Then you have to go do some mining, and then you go get another node, and then mining. And if it was a map with 3 nodes, there's a risk that you actually lose the map while you're mining before you can get or delving before you get the next node. And yeah, that's pretty much the update. I guess actually I could show something. We have some nice amount of tabulas here. These are all item level 20. I don't know why this is corrupted. God damn it. because there's an item level matters when it comes to the corruptions, and 20 is the first item level for the +2, like socketed duration gems, etc. And at some point, I don't remember what's the item level, it might be like 40 or something like that, when you start getting bad ones. So we are returning all the tabulas at like low level, just for that. Some other good finds. Well, we have a Shadow Stitch, so this is only obtainable from the double corruption room in Incursion, where you just double corrupt a sacrificial garb. Don't know if we have a base here. Yeah, these that you drop from Atsiri. And you can color these now very easily if you have some wall orbs, because they made it so that you can actually color them from the beginning. Previously, you needed like level 8 warranty. Yeah. As you can see, I only have 2 red sockets. Gonna white about that in a second. We have found a Mjolnir. I think we found a Calm's Heart too. We are probably like halfway to making a Chevrons from the divination cards. We got the really feels good man Soul Catcher Flask, which is gonna be needed for some wall skill build shenanigans later maybe. Yeah, now for the other topic, which is, I think this is probably the most buggiest league that I remember ever. So let's start off with the crafts, right? So I don't have the at least one red, green, blue crafts, which made it really hard to color like certain items that I needed like 2 off colors, because the moment you slap the 2, then you get unlucky and you get the 3rd one too, and just like fuck. Same goes for the sockets. We only have 4 sockets now. We're supposed to have the 2 and 3 sockets as well, but they just don't exist in the game right now because of some bugs, I think. So those are pretty major things, and we have people already hitting level 100. It's like, I think it's like 4th day now, something like that. Yeah, it's Tuesday my time. It's actually Wednesday morning already in there. So like, these things should be in the game. It's like from the get-go, in my opinion. That's like a massive bug in my eyes. Then a few other things that got fixed now. Hello? You couldn't sell items to the new masters, which I guess it wasn't a big deal because you have Nawali and had Zana anyways, so that's not the biggest deal, but still, like, what happened? Then if you happen to die with your first character that started mining or like delving, and then you get another one, you actually could not interact with the cart while delving, so you had to log out after each node. I went down like 45 or 50 depths logging out after every single one. I have to say, that was pretty annoying. Gladly it's now fixed, so they've had some good someone fixing those biggest things, though I feel like the crafting one is a big one still. And then let's go to the mess that is Atlas. So I don't even know where to begin. This is in terms of bugs, this is definitely the buggiest Atlas I've played with so far. All of the Atlases have had bugs, some of which I don't think even got fixed before this newest one was introduced. But okay. If you complete a map that has influence at a different tier than it's in your Atlas, the influence won't move, but you still get all the drops. So for example, if I were to run a tier 6 sulfur vents, the influence would just stay here. I would get all elder items and yada yada yada. This has a like it has good things on it and it has really bad things on it. And the good thing is if you have like something you could maybe even like use to your advantage during this league if they don't fix it. So I'm just gonna say it now. So if you have a good map base, let's say that you're running like T16 elder maps. For example, you have T16 Underground Sea. Let's say that you have 20 of those or 25 or whatever. What you can do is if you have elder influence here, like the Atlas doesn't tick at all, if I remember correctly, when you run the map like that. So I might be wrong on that. I don't remember exactly, but the influence on the map doesn't change. So if you have like elder influence up all the way in these maps and like here, the chances of this losing influence from natural like shaper coming your way is really low. So you have your 20 underground seas or whatever. You could also just buy them in Trade League. And then you have the underground sea at a different tier. So you have like an unshaped or a T10 underground sea. And you can run it with permanent elder influence that way. And there's like no drawbacks to it. So what you could do is you could elder another map. For example, Grotto, which is a pretty nice map. Toxic Sewer is a pretty nice map. By the way, 3 white sextants. Just saying. Armory, whatever, like any map. So you're running the underground seas, and you're dropping the other T16s, and you're getting a pool for them. A crazy pool because elder influence in your map. I don't even know. And then you swap it. It's 20 chisels and 5 regrets, which is like nothing if you have like a big pool of maps. So you don't have to do it every 2 maps, but you do it like every 20, 30 maps. I don't know, hopefully it gets fixed, but if it doesn't get fixed, just keep that in mind. It's a pretty fucking powerful thing to take an advantage of. And then for the annoying part, which was really annoying for me, because I'm trying to get the memory fragments. So I'm missing just 1 fragment and then I need to do Red Elder myself. So if I were to get lucky, it's somebody else in the group fund. So if you don't know, this is a private league. So if somebody else happened to get the T15 fragment and gets me a T15 Coral Ruins, I could get that, and then I would do my Elder fragment. But oh wait, your Elder is T10. Well, turns out that the tier of the Elder is based on a tier of the Elder and therefore the tier of your Guardian. So these are the same tiers of my Elder. Is based on what the map used to be in the old Atlas. So Kovs is actually T11. So when I killed the Guardian from my vault, I fought a red, like a T11 Guardian, even though I was expecting a 10. And then on top of that bug, you don't actually get the fragments. You didn't get the red fragment from the, I mean, you know, when you do you get the 5 remaining fragments from the Elder Guardian. And no, it's not because I haven't obtained the 10th fragment yet. You can obtain the fragments from the Guardians before that. It's a bit iffy how it works, but you can get them. At least up to 11, 12, 13, and 14th fragments. I'm not sure about the last fragment from Elder himself. So yeah. What? And yeah, so I was speaking of the moving, so I couldn't move my influence because this was Elder, this was shaped, this was shaped, this was shaped. And I needed to get the influence here. But my influence was only like here. The only way for me to move the influence was to run the shape version of the maps, which I didn't have at the time. So I needed to unshape these map, which is 20 chisels and 5 regrets a piece. So I can move the influence here. And because I didn't have the promenade, or promenade, I don't know how you pronounce it, it's promenade or promenade. Either way, I moved the influence from this side and surrounded it with Elder influence from this side, and then I just hoped that Elder would naturally take it. It took a while, but it took it, and then I could obtain the fragment from there. And I think it's related to this bug, but if you do the Guardian map with a different tier, it doesn't actually go away. So I've killed this Guardian already. I did a tier 8 promenade. I fought a T11 constrictor, and I got items from it. I did not get a unique item, so I'm not sure if the unique items don't drop, but I got rares, and I got Elder Influence items from that. So there's some pretty big bugs right now, even on the Atlas. Another bug is, you know how connect maps straight up into and corrupt into adjacent maps. So if you were to corrupt port, it would give you Academy or how to mention. Well, when I was trying to get my memory fragments, and I had T11 Ashenwood at the time, I corrupted every Ashenwood I got, and I think it was the second one I got that corrupted into a T12. But instead of giving me a T12 primordial pool, I got a T12 cells. So I was like, okay, so does it just give me the connection based on the old map? But Ashenwood was a T6 in the old Atlas, connected to Sulfurance, Barrows, and Lava Chamber. Not to cells. So it's like, wait, what? Do I get a random? When you corrupt a shape map, do you get a random map of the next tier, or do you get a map of the same quadrant, because these are still on the same quadrant, and Ashenwood and cells used to be on the same quadrant? So I'm just like, what? So in the case it gives you a random one, it could have given me a map from here, and that would have completely fucked me over in terms of my fragment hunt, because I need the Elder Influence around the map that I run. And in the case, if this is a intended change on the system, why the fuck would you not tell about us? Like, you don't think that's major enough to include in patch notes or something like that? Yeah. So all of this I mentioned, I'm still missing like probably a fuck ton of like bugs. I think would it be probably faster to say all the things that are not bugged or something like that. At this point, I don't like. I would like to try to write on the Atlas guide a bit, but I just know what thing is bugged, what is working as intended. I don't think we even have a confirmation if the new 3-to-1 mechanic is actually intended to begin with. So if you haven't watched the update 1, let me just quickly show. So we have, oh wait, Rampart is a bad example. Let's take channel. So channel is a T1 and it's connected to T2 Armory and Ticket.
Glad you made it back.
Thanks, Anna. So here we have 2 tickets, but you can also get an armory from it. depending on like, you need to just give like different maps. I might be even able to get 2 armories, depending on what order I put them in there. But yeah, so we don't know, I don't think we have a confirmation of that. I scoured through the GGG tracker and I couldn't find it. So we're just missing a lot of polish and like things that should be working properly, but they are not, and being included in the game that are not included in the game. Hint, hint, recipes. And there's another thing I'm gonna talk about in a different video. It's gonna be uploaded probably very shortly after this one. But all of this just begs the question, is the OPness of all the Immortal Syndicate also just because they're bugged? And they have 1 extra 0 in their damage values? Because there's couple one of them that are just like, they see you and they just, and you're gone. Like a lot of hardcore players are just like straight up avoiding them. Oh, in case you didn't know, you can avoid them by, you could run like low tier maps or low tier content like Blood Actor or something like that until you, like you complete the syndicates until you encounter a specific, where are you? I don't remember my hotkeys. Oh, maybe it's because I haven't done it yet with this character. Yeah, okay. So you know you have the 4 different, you have transportation, you have research, intervention, and fortification, right? Those 4. So you just keep running, like actually completing them in the easy zones until you get the research lab, which is, you know, when John is, sorry for my clockiness, I just woke up not too long ago, is, you know, standing near a, like, entrance to a dungeon. So you get that, and then you ignore it. And then you can just map without ever needing to interact with the system. I personally don't want to do that because the rewards are pretty fucking massive, but a lot of hardcore players, especially those who have been pushing like 100s, etc., are just like straight up avoiding all league mechanics. Maybe that's because they are bugged and they just do too much damage, I don't know. I personally kind of like how rippy they are, minus like few exceptions, like the It That Fled and Tora are just like insane. Even with like no ranks or anything like that. Gladly, I've been playing a build that most of the time kills them pretty fast. But if you're playing a suboptimal build, you're not gonna have a good time, especially in hardcore. But yeah, I think that's it pretty much for this update. See you in the next one.